Are you having a hard time to connect with other people and build relationships? Or do you feel like something is blocking you from receiving abundance? Then maybe you even feel frustrated because you've tried so many things and focused on positive thinking, do your daily meditation, and focusing on love and gratitude every single day. And all you want is a breakthrough, you're looking for a way out. And it even gets you this far that you might feel desperate right now because it seems like you're hitting this invisible wall for achieving your desires, right? And sometimes it looks like you're getting somewhere, and you start to think that it finally gets better, and then to find yourself back to where you were, wondering if there was only a way to somehow break this pattern. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's possible that you have a heart wall and there is a way out. So first of all, before we get into what a heart wall really is, I need to get into some basic information that is related to it, okay? Now, the first thing that you need to understand, and you probably know this already, is that you are energy, right? We are all made of energy. Well, we're not made of energy, we are energy. If you put your hand under a microscope and you blow it up like say 1 million times, you are face to face with a single atom, and that atom is really consisting of mainly empty space and energy. So we are energy, right? And we all have this energy body that we cannot see with the naked eye, and but it is there, right? The ancients called this the prana, the ki, or the chi. And it's really the spirit or the energy body, and it's the template for the physical body. And this may become imbalanced. Now, if we are all energy, then our thoughts are energy as well, right? Because we can measure those through an EEG readings. And so are our emotions. Now, each emotion has its own unique vibrational frequency. So our heart's desires that we send out and the emotions that are going through our bodies, each of those has its own unique vibrational frequency. So it's purely energy. And we need those emotions because emotions lend color to our lives. And without them, life would be lived in shades of gray. And sometimes it's hard to understand and it's hard to grasp this, but really when you think about it, emotions are actually what drives us to watch movies and to read novels or to go to a theme park, right? It's about the feeling, and those emotions lend color to our experience and to our lives. Now, another thing we need to understand is that we all have emotional baggage, okay? And emotional baggage consists of what we call trapped emotions. Now, what is a trapped emotion? Normally, emotions are felt and then processed by the body immediately. But sometimes this emotional energy is so powerful that it may become trapped in the body, that is the energy body. And trapped emotions can actually be very damaging, what we will go into after explaining this. So a trapped emotion can occur at any age or can even be inherited by our parents or grandparents or even more generations up. And trapped emotions are the underlying cause of depression, anxiety, self-sabotage, your inability to connect and build relationships and to overcome adversity, and they block you from abundance and success. A trapped emotion is a ball of energy, and it has the size of like an orange, and it may lodge anywhere in the body, that is the energy body. And it distorts the normal energy field and is causing tissue imbalance and eventually even physical and mental symptoms. Now, if we look at our natural state of being is that of abundance, right? Abundance in all areas of our lives. And getting rid of imbalances allows us to be in that state. And those are imbalances that we picked up throughout our lives. Now, the heart wall is the key to unlocking your full potential. Okay? And I found with all the clients that I worked with up to this point that 93% of all those people have a heart wall. and is the foundation of a lot of quote-unquote struggle, okay, because it really blocks our natural state. Now, sometimes you hear people say, and mostly related to love, I had to put up a wall around my heart to protect myself, right? Well, this is actually pretty literally, because sometimes our hearts need that protection, and the heart wall is really a protection mechanism to keep the heart from being hurt or broken. It's like this energy wall to protect you, and follow your heart, that saying is not quite possible when you have a heart wall. So the heart wall is a perfect protection when you need it, right? It's like a bunker or bomb shelter. It's great for when the bombs are falling, but it's not a permanent solution. Now, how come that this heart wall is created, you might think? Well, the subconscious mind is responsible for keeping the heart safe. And it can use trapped emotions as building materials to make that bomb shelter around your heart. Now, each trapped emotion is one layer in the heart wall, and each layer is unique, and each heart wall emotion is different. Now, if you look at this image, this is the inside of an onion. So when you cut it in half and you look in the inside of the onion, and this is a pretty cool example because the center of this onion is actually the shape of a heart. You see the onion rings around that, right? All the way to the side, outwards. And those layers, each layer is building material, each ring is a layer in that heart wall. So each layer consists of a heart wall emotion, which is a trapped emotion. Now, heart wall emotions can come from any time and any kind of event, and it's not always related to the feelings of a heartache or a heartbreak, and it's not always emotions that are generated by the heart. They can be generated by any organ in the body because it's all related. Now, any trapped emotion can be handy, can be used to build a heart wall. It's like grabbing the nearest building material to add to the wall, like birds do when they build a nest, right? And this is why inherited emotions are often part of the heart wall, because inherited emotions are already there, right? Because we inherit those from our parents or grandparents. Now, the formation of a heart wall most probably started early in childhood. In most cases, we see this. And inherited emotions come from specific major events in your life or even before you were born, right? Events like something around terror or violence or abuse or anger or an unsafe environment. And this is all related to your parents and grandparents. Now, the results of a heart wall is that it blocks your ability to give and receive love. So your love energy passes through heart wall emotions. As you can see in this image, this woman tried to send out her love energy, and it passes through some emotions of fear, anger, sadness, depression, and overwhelm. So what it does, and you'll see that it starts with this red color and it turns into somehow pink and then somehow purple or grayish. So this energy that we try to send out, it's being transformed. So others will perceive it as something else. Now, the heart wall blocks you from success, right? It blocks you from the ability to feel. And this is something that I really experienced myself after releasing my first heart wall. It totally transformed my ability to tap into emotions, and I could really feel so much more instead of being in the mind and overthink a lot of things about decisions to make or connections to make, or I had a really hard time to connect with others. And this is all blocked from the heart wall. And it also blocks you from actually feeling success or feeling achievement, because you cannot get that feeling of when you finally reached something, or you always hunger for other things, right? So other results of a heart wall might be depression or anxiety or feeling isolated or numbness or even physical pain in the shoulder or in the chest. And it's harder to heal physically when we have a heart wall. Now, follow your heart is one of the best advices ever given, right? Because it's really to follow your intuition and follow your heart, which most of the time is the best decision where we are really led to. But what if you have a heart wall and you can't actually feel, right? So if you have a heart wall, then by definition you have an abundance block, because follow your heart is then not really possible because you cannot actually feel which way to go. So everybody has access to universal abundance, right? But your ability to find success will be hampered if you have a heart wall. And many people have found success after having their heart wall removed. I explained this for myself, and actually the second time I found another heart wall which was actually hidden for quite a long time. But after working on myself more and more, this came to the surface, and then instantly after releasing this whole heart wall, I had an instant success in my business, and I manifested over $4,000 in just one day. It happened almost instantly after releasing that, which was such an amazing experience. And then, the energy I could feel rising up, and it was just an amazing experience, and something that I really love to share, and really love to offer to everyone. So many of my clients have found success after releasing that heart wall. Now, if you look at the structure of a heart wall, it often has some kind of building material, right? It consists of some kind of building material like wood or metal or a stone, and sometimes even other materials like grass or plastic or blankets or paper or food or anything. And often it has some kind of affinity or symbolism for that material to the client. So for example, if you used to love your silver platter from your grandma, and you watched a lot of them, watched at it a lot when you were a child, and you find that you have a heart wall, it's probably that it can be that it's made of silver. So it always has, the client always has some kind of affinity or symbolism to the material. Now, we can also get information about the thickness of the heart wall, and there's actually no limitation to the subconscious mind. Okay, to the subconscious, this is 100% real. Okay, so this is not about the physical, it's about the non-physical, right? It's all energy, so there are no limitations. It can be either a couple of inches or like thousands of miles. That is, that consists of the thickness of this heart wall. And it can indicate the level of protection needed. Now, removing the heart wall, to release each heart wall emotion, to remove that heart wall, we need to release each heart wall emotion that is caused, that causes the heart wall to become thinner. And we need to do that one layer at a time. And once it is cleared, you should be more able to feel love and be able to connect with other people and yourself more and more. Now, there's something else that is called a hidden heart wall. And it's exactly the same as a regular heart wall, but it's an extra protection by the subconscious mind. And it not only puts a wall around your heart, it also hides the wall. But it can be identified later, or when we don't find a heart wall in the beginning, we can ask if there's a hidden heart wall, and then sometimes when there's one there, it will pop up and it will come to the surface, so we are ready to let it go. Now, if you are actually curious if you have a heart wall and you're ready to break down that wall once and for all, and you are ready to identify major issues that are blocking your natural state of being, that you probably are totally unaware of, and you finally can release that inherited emotional energies and eliminate each blockage one by one, and release that heart wall once and for all to finally feel and be the person you want to be, then right now you have two options. Okay? Now, life is all about making decisions, right? Now, you can either choose from fear or you can choose out of love. So the question is, what do you choose? So my final question to you is, what is your willingness to change? If you are willing to change and take care of this once and for all, then I can help. And for now, I want to thank you for watching. And if you are interested to find more about how I can help you release this heart wall, then I invite you to click below this video wherever you are to apply for some heart wall sessions. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope to connect with you soon. Bye bye for now.